Hey guys, it's Susan. Wanted to talk to you this week about some things that have been on my mind about kind of becoming your own best cheerleader. Because I know we all have really good tribes out there and really good people who support us and love us and encourage us. But sometimes it just doesn't feel like that's exactly what we need. Like it's always good, and I'm so thankful for my tribe and everything they do for me that way. But sometimes I don't know if any of you get this whole like negative self-talk going in your head where you're like, I'm dumb, I can't do anything. That was so stupid. And when I catch myself doing that, that's not something I'm going to like message one of my friends and say, "Oh gosh, I just had a negative thought." Like I don't know what to do with that. We talk to them about the bigger things and about the day-to-day things, and I feel like some of that I like to kind of work on my mindset on my own that way. And so I've kind of become a cheerleader for myself, and I like it that way. Like I want to be able to encourage myself and talk to myself about the good things I'm doing and being able to chase those negative thoughts out of my head. And then my tribe kind of comes in and they lift me up even further, which I love. They're amazing. If you guys don't have a good tribe, like keep searching. They're out there. When you find them, you'll know. You'll know who your tribe is. You'll know who you can talk to about the crazy and the good and the bad, and they won't think you're completely nuts, I promise. So, one thing that I've noticed is um, when you find something that lights your soul on fire, that just builds your confidence so much. So, an example of this was when all the craziness started in February, March 2020 this year. I was feeling kind of lost, like things that really made me feel like I was doing a good job at things. I wasn't doing the same way, or I wasn't doing them at all. Like I've always enjoyed hanging with my friends and being part of their lives and things like that. And especially at the beginning of this, we didn't know what was going on, and we kind of we all shut ourselves down that way. And I wasn't seeing my clients face to face. And that always kind of feeds me when they have little victories. Like I feel like I'm doing a good job for them and helping them in a way that can make their lives better. And so all of a sudden that all got flipped upside down for all of us. We all had to change and adjust. But what it gave me time to do was figure out what lights my soul on fire in different ways. Whereas if I was working all the time and doing the things I was normally doing, that wouldn't have happened. And so one of those things was gardening. Like I had no clue how much I enjoyed getting my hands in the dirt, growing things, taking care of my yard. I just had never had the time to devote to doing that. And so as I did that, I could kind of feel my confidence grow and my sense of accomplishment, I guess, grow. And I found new things to feed kind of what my true self is. And so I think the more that we find that, the more we're able to cheer on ourselves, because we can totally look back and be like, oh, I did that pretty well. Like, that's awesome. And this is a really silly little thing. I finished my first puzzle by myself during that time. 1,000-piece, crazy difficult puzzle. Disney, of course. But I was so proud when I got that finished. And to me, that was something like before I would start a puzzle and put it up, start a puzzle and put it up. And so it's those little things, and it's the big things too. Like maybe what lights your soul on fire is something really big and you are out to change the world and make the world a better place. That is amazing. Like stick with that. Don't ever give up. But what it does is it puts more positive into our head to chase those negative things out. And so by figuring out what lights your soul on fire, you're also figuring out how to be your best cheerleader, because you can think back to times where you didn't know that about yourself and how you felt. And you just maybe, for me, I felt kind of, I guess, lost, kind of empty that way with some of that stuff. Like I didn't have a ton of hobbies. I didn't do a ton of stuff like that. And for me, that was feeding that need to explore and do something new. And that was really boosting for me. And so I feel like you guys are like, why is she talking about gardening? Because that was something I discovered about myself that I didn't know. And throughout that time, I was really able to work on my mindset and shifting that. And we've talked so much about that in other videos. The conscious language and positive mindset and all of that wonderful, awesome stuff that we've been working on. But I wanted to give you a couple ideas on kind of those moments when either your tribe isn't accessible to you, or maybe it's just not something you want to go to them with because you feel like it's kind of small and you can take care of it yourself. I wanted to give you a couple ideas on how to do that. Well, I've already given you one. Like, find the things that light your soul on fire. The more confident you are, the better cheerleader you're going to be for yourself. And I always tell people, like, think of your tribe, your people, as your team, but you're the captain of the team or the coach of the team. And it is your job to do things first and figure it out first in your head, and then they come and support you with all of that. And I love that kind of that image. I'm a big sports person. I grew up watching a lot of sports, still watch a lot of sports, typically. So that's the first thing. The second thing is write it down. Did you really think I was going to do one video without mentioning journaling? Not going to happen. It's probably going to be in every video. But what you can do is list out the things that are good about you. This is an awkward exercise for a lot of people. Like I do this with clients all the time, and I have them divide a paper in half, and I have them write down the positive things on the left side, and then I turn around and have them write the negative things on the right side. Which side do you think is longer? Which side do you think takes them about 2 seconds to come up with? The negative side. Absolutely the negative side. We all have such a hard time, and so this may feel really awkward at first. Some things you can think about are, what did I feel like I did well today? What did I do that made somebody smile today? What made me feel like me today? Those are the things you can work on. See, it wouldn't be one of my videos if the dogs didn't misbehave either. So the other thing you can do, and you guys are going to fight me on this one, I know it. So just try it, please. I promise, because our brains are really cool things. And when we see ourselves doing something, it registers and files it in our brain in a whole different way. It's like adding super glue to the idea that you're trying to get across to your brain. So if I want you to stand in front of a mirror, look in the mirror, and I want you to say 5 things a day that you do well, that you're proud of yourself for, that you feel like are strengths. And I want you to do this every day. I'd love for you to do 5 or 10. I'd love for you to do it 2 or 3 times a day. And I know some of you are thinking, well, I'll do it. I'll say it out loud, but I'm not going to look in the mirror. You have to look in the mirror. That's part of the exercise. Because, go back to, our brains file it in a whole different way. So those are some different things that you can try and do. And I'm interested to see how those work, because really, in the end, like, no matter what great friends and family we have, we still need to be able to cheer ourselves on, because there will be moments where they're not accessible. And there will be times when we need to do that for ourselves. See, Gracie agrees. So hope those help. I hope that helps you become a great cheerleader for yourself. And I will talk to you guys next week.